Good morning. It's Sunday morning, the 19th of October already. I'm going to add just another short video this week to the Market Insight ETF analysis. Talk about that a little bit more. I'm not feeling all that great, so this will be short, but I wanted to get something out with the updated add-on. So let's just go ahead and get started. Any stock index or ETF mentioned in this presentation is not a recommendation to buy or sell. All trading strategies are used at your own risk. Okay, so I'm in all securities and I'm in the end of day. I'm in my category scans. Here's end of day relative strength of S&P sectors and the QQQ. This is to the sectors, but I'm going down here to the second folder, number 2, and I'm going to go to relative strength to the Market Insight ETFs. Now what I've done is I've linked, I'm using all securities, so I linked these to the groups. It goes directly to the group. So for example, if I want to look at the relative strength to the QQQ stocks, it goes directly to the QQQs. But with the Market Insight ETFs, this is a good way to stay on top of the market and the rotation. The combo rank is a very simple combo rank. End of day, 1 day percentage price change, and the range. And the range is weighted at 2, whereas the price change is rated at 1. So this range is more heavily weighted. I did that because I wanted to see where the strength was at the end of the day based upon the range. Now you can see with this, the consumer staples, the XLP crossed over 4 days ago on the indicators, the days since the 3-6, and also the VPOC. So before that, let's get this up here, you can see that it was moving out, but then it crossed over here. So this is more of a defensive measure. And just by using this simple combo, it gives us insight into what's going on. Now, regional banking, I don't know about this. There have been some banks that are having some loan problems. This group, and you can see it hasn't crossed over yet, but based upon the combo, it closed at 84.65% of its daily range, and it was positive. So this is the sell-off due to the banks having some bad loans, and now you're starting to see some buying in here. Healthcare is crossed over today. You can see right down here this spike. So there's money flowing in there. Where's the money flowing out? Silver, profit-taking. Gold, profit-taking. Metals and mining, profit-taking. And the ultra-short VIX, which had been moving up, moved down. So just looking at this scorecard here, you can see which ones are positive and which ones are negative on the 3-6 and the VPOC crossover. But what I like to do is I like to tile the warehouse and ranking modules, and that puts the ranking module at the top and the warehouse at the bottom. And this way, I'm using Wilder relative strength because it shows where the strength is based upon the charts. You can see that the long-term strength has been in gold and silver, metals and minings. And if I click into the warehouse, I already mentioned this, you can see that gold, metals and mining, and silver, there's rotation out of, or a pullback, I shouldn't say rotation out of, but there was profit taking for the day. But you can see where the long-term strength is. Now compare this to the natural gas fund, which is clear down here at number 32. You can see how poor this is performed. But if I click through to the warehouse, you can see that the natural gas fund, even though it's negative on the 3.6 on the VPOC, volume point of control, it crossed over today. So we're seeing some slight buying as we're starting to get into the late fall season. So if you just want to use this group for the relative strength, both long-term with the ranking module or short-term with the rotation based upon this combo rank, it's perfectly adequate to help us stay on top of the market, because you know when the crossovers are occurring, how long they've been in place, and when there is a market that may be changing. Now, another thing on this ranking module, you can do percent change. Let's do it for a couple of weeks. And you can change this to raw relative strength. And this will show you where the percent change is over whatever period you select. Gold over the 2-week period was up 8.76, silver 7.97, mining, spider 4.81, and Bitcoin Trust is down here. It's been falling rapidly. Now if I go in and change this to 1 week, you get a different picture. Here's the stocks up 5.94, gold, silver, real estate. This is 1 week. This is Friday to Friday. Here's that consumer discretionary starting to move in. I'm going to click through, go back to the semiconductors, click through to the warehouse, and you can see that it's number 18 down here, and this group crossed over 3 days ago. The sharp pullback and then the crossover as buyers stepped in. My point is there's a lot of information just with the warehouse and these columns, and then using the ranking module on different settings. You can get a different feel for different time frames, where the longer term strength is and where the short term rotation is, based both upon the warehouse and the ranking module. I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, I don't feel so hot, but I should hopefully will be able to do a longer video next week. Thanks for listening.